Um, it would have been great if we could do this in person, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we want to hope that this is going to be the last great Zoom party ever. We don't want to ever have to do this again, right? So let's begin with a toast. We begin with a toast, and everybody grabs your drink, however you got it, whatever it may be. Whiskey sour, no egg white. I want to raise a toast to everybody who's here tonight, everybody who has pledged in the past and who has been a part of Triumph Foundation and has pledged to take this challenge of attending a Zoom meeting on a Saturday night. Cheers to you. All right. Now, just a quick note about the glassware. For those of you who got one of these in the mail, it told you right there, if you pledged $100, you could get some glassware, whether it was the highball glass that I've got or wine glasses that are out there with the beautiful Triumph Foundation Eagle logo on it. Andrew informs me there are plenty. So if after the meeting you want to get your hands on one, you can contact Andrew and he'll definitely bring that to you. By the way, if you gave the $500 and you got some hors d'oeuvres, I'd expect to see some pictures of those hors d'oeuvres coming up a little bit later. All right. Thank you, by the way, to the people who've been, over here, sorry, wrong, who have been donating. We're at $1,100. That's fantastic. Our drinking game for tonight. This is where it gets serious. Because we're on a Zoom call, the few Zoom calls I've ever been a part of, everyone screams out the words mute and unmute. So, right? So if you ever hear anybody say this word or this word, then you do this. Okay? Okay. So we'll start. There you go. Got a drink now. Again, just a quick pledge.to right down here, pledge.to/triumph is how you do it. When you do it through that portal, the number will show up here so we can keep track of how we're doing tonight. Okay, so that'd be a great way to start. The other thing is in the chat, you will see the link to the silent auction items. We'll remind you how that's going. So, and again, the hard closure at 7 o'clock when it comes to the silent auction, we'll remind you. Triumph Foundation needs your support, and that's why we're here tonight, right? For the last couple of years, we can't do anything in person. 2 years ago, when we were at the Universal City, and we did an incredible casino night. I should say Triumph Foundation did an incredible casino night that I was lucky enough to be a part of. And what that does is, among other things, gives everybody a great time. It's an incredible party. It's a lot of fun. And it's a way to get out of just the normal, everyday summer Saturday night thing of sitting around sweating. We can go to a casino and sweat. The annual budget for Triumph Foundation is about $500,000. And it goes well beyond the care packs that are handed out, the wheelchairs that are delivered to newly injured and diagnosed people. It's more than $1 million that have been given out to people whose insurance turns out to be inadequate. It's accessible vehicles for people who can't afford them on their own. It's a home remodeling for accessibility issues, the ongoing support, perhaps, for families and people who are affected. All of these programs take money, and that's why everybody's here tonight, is to continue to pledge to help those programs out. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. But you could argue that what Triumph Foundation does is priceless. So the goal for tonight is actually to make up for some lost time. Like I said, 2020 had to be canceled. We couldn't put together a casino night this year. So this is, it's going to be the next best thing. It's going to be a time for all of us to get together, the 53 of us that are here so far, and encourage each other to continue not only to give to Triumph Foundation, but to encourage others to do so as well. So tonight we actually get to do this thing where we can see the money roll in, right? We can actually see when people give money, and that's encouraging. You don't have to give it all right now. You can give some of it later. You can give a lot now and a little later, little now and a lot later, however you want to do it. But a reminder, pledge.to/triumph. The number goes right up there. You can also donate through the Triumph Foundation website. What we want to do, though, is make this real. And one of the ways that we do that is by introducing and talking with people who this actually affects, and the people who have to deal with this on a regular basis. So one of the people that I want to bring up and talk with is Yesenia Benitez. Now, Yesenia and I have had some chats, and what we have done is we have talked a bit about who Yesenia is. And Yesenia, first of all, thanks for agreeing to do this. I know that this is a little nerve-wracking probably, but tell us who you are. Tell us about Yesenia.
Well, hello, everybody. Yes, my name is Yesenia Benitez, and I was injured on the infamous year of 2020, September. I'm a teacher, and so online teaching is what I was doing that morning. And by the afternoon, I was in the ICU, not having an idea what happened to me. I literally thought I was dreaming, like this is a dream. I'm going to wake up. But my story begins with being a newly single mom. My husband has passed away in January of 2019, and he had lupus, which is another big disease that affects so many people. But he suffered for many years, pretty much our whole marriage, and that was fine. I loved him the way he was, and so I took care of him for most of our marriage. And he just got very ill and passed away that January. So our house had been put on the side for many years, either doctors or fix your house, right? So once my husband was gone, and I guess I wanted to just keep busy, busy, and you don't think about what just happened in your life. So I needed my roof done. It was in need of getting repaired and all. And man, had I known I could make more money as a roofer, which I wasn't too good at the end, but what they charge was just, my goodness, it just made me like panic and think like I have one child going to college, and I have another one who will be going in about 3 years, and they wanted $14,800 to fix my roof. I'm like, oh my gosh. So a friend of mine said, why don't we do it? Why don't we, I can help you. We'll do it in the afternoons. And I'm like, yes, I can do it. I'm like super mom. I can do it. I've been running this house. I have my career, take care of the kids, take care of the house, take care of my husband and my parents, and a roof. Yeah, no problem. We started July 4th, and it was going great. We took it all off. I was so proud of myself. And if any of you had that chance to be up there while roof was getting done before your injury, there's nails up and everywhere. So I kept looking. I was really vigilant about that. We did all that. We took it off. We were on our last haul, pretty much just, and he was laying down the shingles. And that afternoon I went up and decided I was going to help, just hand him the shingles. And I got up to get this liner, and on my way back, I wasn't watching where I was going, and I fell through a open air skylight that I have at the entrance of my house. It happened so quick that I don't even remember like how it happened. The next thing I know, I'm on the floor, on the ground and waking up and not being able to breathe and wanting to move my legs, and I couldn't move them. But I still didn't know what was going on. I had, off I went. So to cut my story short, during my hospital stay, I met Anthony. He was the ambassador that came to see me, and to me it sounds corny to say, but it was almost like a falling angel, because my PT, who was the sweetest and was always pushing me to do this, to get up and do that, her name was Valerie. And my favorite nurse, because we all had one, we did, her name was Sandra. And here's the thing, the security guard that would let sometimes things sneak, like be brought to me when I shouldn't have and all that, his name was Caesar. But here's the thing. My son's name is Anthony. My daughter's name is Valerie. My mom's name is Sandra. And my late husband's name was Caesar.
Wow.
So even though during COVID, I could not have any of my family there with me to receive the news that you're not going to walk again, they were there in other people. So to me, they mean a lot. They all meant so much. So through Anthony, I met. He came, told me his story, and I'm like, this guy is crazy. How did he do all these things? I mean, he's showing me pictures, and I'm like, there's no way. There's just no way I would ever be able to do that. And coming to Triumph has not only given me that family that, as they say, or as we say now, is the family that you never thought you could be a part of, but then once you are, you don't want to leave, something like that. It is very true. I don't know. I know very few, but the people that I've gotten to meet, I can truly say that I really, really love them. It's this connection that you can't explain, that nobody else can ever understand unless you've been through this. And so they have helped me morally, but they've also helped me with a chair. So it is so important for anyone or everyone that can, or friends, to donate, because this is what they do. They help you. They help just get back into society in a sense. I had a chair, had to rent it. It was the worst thing ever. And everybody's like, you need a different kind of chair, the chair that, it's almost like the extension of your legs. And so I went the first time, and I was going to order my chair, and I left that day because it was just too overwhelming. It was like buying a car, but worse, I think, because you don't really know, what to look for. But the foundation said, we have a chair, you can buy, we can loan you this chair while yours is getting done, and you can get a feel for it. And once I was on it, it was just a lot easier to move around. So they helped me with that, and with so many other things, meeting people, just getting information with different other organizations. I go to this gym that was brought up in one of our meetings. So it is just the best thing for anybody who's new to this and has not ever. I don't know what I would have done, to be honest with you. I don't know where I would have looked. They're just my family now, I guess. We're stuck with each other. Yes.
I do want to say that I think that what's amazing is in one of your messages to me, you said that this happened obviously September of last year. So you haven't been able to see all of these people face to face on a regular basis. What is
Mm.
that going to mean to you? I mean, when we start getting back to this sense of normalcy, when everybody can get out and do things safely again, how important is it going to be for you to be able to see and thank these people face to face?
Oh my gosh. It's like I think they're like my celebrities. Like once I see them, it's like, oh my God, Jeanette, I can see. You know, like all these people that I've met through our meetings are. That's the other thing. Like you know, I'm not an ambassador by any means because I think I have ways to go to be able to help others. But just like they mean so much to me when I see them, it will be like the best thing to see them and be able to thank them and hopefully, you know, maybe a little hug, who knows, but at least to see them would be amazing and great. But I have mentioned to a few people that I've seen in our therapy about Triumph, and you know, I'm like, oh my God, I'm over here like promoting it, and I don't know the first thing about this injury, but I do tell them, you know, come listen to everybody. They give advice, they hear you. Or to be honest, you can sit back and say, wow, okay, I thought I had it bad. You know, you look at other people and you see what they go through. And it's just so important. I don't know how it's gonna get done now because I think the Zoom is pretty. It's good for those that can't make it. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to have like this big Elmo screen up and have it two ways for those that can't come in and those that can. I don't
That's
know.
great. Yesenia, first of all, thank you. I know that you were a little bit nervous about talking in front of everybody. We're all friends. And look, it's just, according to my screen, it's just the two of us talking. So
Sure.
thank you for sharing what it is that you've gone through and what Triumph Foundation means to you. And I know that you said you don't necessarily consider yourself an ambassador, but your story is truly heartfelt. Your story is absolutely it's one of a kind. It's your story. So thank you for that. Thank you for bringing it to this. And thank you for sharing with us.
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. And Andrew, I want to say it was an honor that you thought of me because there's so many people that have joined just in this year. But I'm really I'm really honored and thank you for having me.
Well, we're very
Yesenia, I don't, sorry, Andrew, I'm just going to jump in. Yesenia, I don't know if you can see what this number is right now. But that number was at about 1,000 and change before you started speaking. You're responsible fully for that $9,000 number right there. Your story is that powerful, it's that impactful, and it's that important.
Thank you, but I thank you, but I think all of just our community is so strong and so amazing, and I think we all together we say our stories one by one. My goodness, imagine that bank. I think we all have this impacting stories to go by, but thank you, Gary.
Absolutely. Thank you, Yesenia. Andrew, of course, I'm going to drop Yesenia from the spotlight. Andrew and his wife Kirsten are the ones who started Triumph Foundation back in 2008, right? 2008. So why don't you take over? You do this now. I'm going to go get a drink, a little splash of water, towel off the face real quick.
Well, make sure you
You
hit
go
mute.
ahead. I will hit mute. Wait, you mean that mute?
That mute.
Okay, that mute. Okay, go ahead.
That mute. Come on, everybody. Toast to Yesenia. Thank you
Absolutely.
for your bravery and your courage and resilience and beauty and so the saying is, we're the club that no one wants to join, but once you're in, you're family. And so you're my new sister, my hermana, and we love you, and we love everybody that's here. And like Yesenia said, there's close to 200 other people that we met in 2020 that sadly joined our club. And I know everybody's 2020 had its setbacks, financially, health, people lost loved ones. it's been a tough year. But there's, a lot of people that, lost their ability to walk or to hug their loved ones, and Triumph's been able to do something about that. And even though we haven't met you, Yesenia, well, I met you in real life. You came out and visited me. But I know there's a lot of other rock stars out there that you mentioned that you'll get to see soon, because Triumph is in comeback mode. And, no matter what happens to you, everybody goes through adversity. And, adversity is kind of a love-hate relationship. You kind of hate when you're going through it. But my hope is that you'll learn to love what you become and learn to like what you see in the mirror again. And I think that takes time. And a really beautiful saying that I heard recently was, you take your pain and you turn it into your passion and you make it your purpose. And I think that's what we try to develop in our ambassadors. And so my goal is to recruit you and every single person that we meet and interact with to become a Triumph ambassador. And I know there was a comment earlier, who can be a Triumph ambassador? You don't necessarily have to break your neck like me or break your back like Yesenia. You can be a Triumph ambassador just by having love in your heart for our community, and obviously having a spinal cord injury or disorder puts you in an elite class amongst us. But we kind of say anybody that's gone through a life-changing challenge. And so spinal bifida is definitely welcome, Elizabeth. I saw your comment earlier. Other people that have all these other disorders and things that, some of them are hard to pronounce, so I won't try to list them all, but you guys are all part of this family. And like I said, everybody goes through adversity and everybody faces life-changing challenges that seem insurmountable. But it's not about how you fall, it's about how you land and if you get yourself back up again. And I like to say, my injury was my fall and my landing was my recovery. And what I do with the rest of my life is me getting back up again and just trying to rise to the challenge. And I think, it's not what happens to you, but what you do about it is kind of a cliche saying, but it's really the true test of someone's character. And it doesn't really matter, how long you live or what you're physically able to do. What matters is how you live. And that's kind of the challenge tonight, is how you living with what you got. We're all in comeback mode, and Triumph is here to make an ask. Essentially, you're here for a fundraiser, and Gary kind of mentioned it. The last 2 years have been tough for us. We've taken a pretty big hit, and there's been a lot of uncertainty, and our ability to fundraise. This event was about 20% of our revenue historically, and I don't know what levels were reached tonight, but my hope is that you guys will all feel for that, hidden nickel or penny or dime in your pocket, and maybe chip in. I think there's nothing better in the world of the feeling when you give somebody something that's important, making a gift, like getting Betty something for Christmas, and I know that how happy she'll be. And I'm giving, but I think I get more by the act of giving. And I think, the universe has a way of giving back. So, we may not all be rich, but if we all kind of chip in, together, we can make a huge difference. And in my opinion, if we help one person, if we help Yesenia, that's it. It's all worth it. Everything that we do, everything that we put into Triumph has been worth it. And so, like I said, tonight, that's the big ask, is we want to keep this thing we call Triumph going. And there's a lot of families depending on it. And even though the world, has changed, Triumph is coming back with a vengeance. We're going to be rocking and rolling. And I'm going to promote some events at the end of the night. But spoiler alert, want to hang out with me next Saturday too? Because we got an event going on. And we're going to get back into the straight up drumbeat of event after event happening, people getting together. Zoom is amazing, but there's nothing like human connection and giving each other hugs And I can't wait to see you guys again. So tonight, we're going to introduce a video. It's something that we've been working on for a while. If you've been following us, you've probably heard me talk about it, but the Circle of Care. We've been trying to find a way to kind of showcase how our programs, all fit together to support the community, beginning with the new injury, but really being a continuum of care throughout someone's life and journey in a significant way. And I know a lot of you out there right now might find yourself on this journey right now, along the circle, along the cycle, along the wheel. But I hope that that these stories that you're hearing tonight and the video will, inspire you, and we'll keep it going, because the Circle of Care Triumph Foundation is needed now more than ever. People are isolated in these hospitals again, and they're not getting the education, they're not getting the support. Really hits the families hard, because they're not able to be there and learn anything. And so they're calling me more, they're calling our ambassadors more, and I'm okay with that. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are tough and try to get through them, but one of the jokes is even superheroes need sidekicks. So if there's someone out there that's not connected with us, we want to, come along your side too, and just partner with you in your journey to recovery and to living your best life possible and making quality of life a reality for you. So with that, I'll give you a snapshot of what your support makes possible. I'm going to share the video with you guys. I think it's pretty cool, and something I'm really, really proud about is that our very own Vanessa Osman narrated it. So it's not all about me, and that's something that Triumph's really working towards. Is I don't want it to be the Andrew Skinner Foundation. I want it to be the Yesenia Foundation, the Tiffany Foundation, the Bobby Foundation, the Elizabeth Foundation, the Chris Foundation. Everybody's a part of this thing. And Vanessa happens to be one of our friends that is also a C5, 6 quadriplegic like me. And she embarked on a career in voiceover, and man, she killed it. So without further ado, I'm gonna let it rip. Does that sound good? So make sure you keep that muted right now, because we're gonna play the video. So drink, mute time, and we'll have another sip, and then we'll play the video. The premiere.
Something incredible happens when a stationary object begins to move. One little movement, a shift, a tilt, a nudge, can ignite a brand new motion that builds upon itself, gaining ever more energy and force until that old immovable object becomes an irresistible, unstoppable force. At Triumph Foundation, momentum is the name of the game. From the first realization that the diagnosis is true, to the heroic moments of physical and emotional achievement, to the day when helping others becomes the ultimate goal. You'll always hear us say, keep moving forward. Triumph Foundation's Circle of Care encompasses each one of our crucial quality of life services. Each program fits together like spokes in a wheel to help people come full circle until they are fully equipped to realize their value in the community and begin investing in the needs of others.
After being in the hospital for a couple of weeks, I got a very warm visit from Tanya at Triumph to see what I needed emotionally and physically at a time that I was feeling really lost and alone. It just blew me away, just the kindness and the heart that these people had.
Got in a bad accident in December at the worst time, the height of the pandemic.
I found Triumph because, we were helpless. We weren't allowed in.
I couldn't see my kids for like the first 2.5 months.
In tears, I sent this really long email on Chris's accident. Andrew reached out to me and showed us that there was hope, that there was life, that this wasn't the end. And Triumph has been a really big part of our lives.
The first program in the Circle of Care is Newly Injured Support. Triumph's trained community health advocates, who we call ambassadors, visit people who have just become paralyzed through injury or illness. We bring along care packs full of resources and referrals that help them gain knowledge and know-how for the journey ahead. At ambassador-run support groups, patients build a network of friends and mentors who offer emotional support and candid advice when they need it most. This is how we welcome patients into the Circle of Care and the beginning of their momentum toward recovery.
The only way I've been able to get out of the house is when my husband wheels me out. I've been like this for over 3 years, and it's just a wonderful feeling. I don't have to disturb my husband when he's working. I can say, okay, honey, I'm going outside, bye. And I can do it myself. So I thank you for the Triumph Foundation.
Grants and Equipment is the second program in Triumph's Circle of Care. We provide resources and equipment to help people safely discharge from the hospital, regain their mobility and independence, and successfully reintegrate into the community. The Keep Moving Forward grant provides funds for home or vehicle modifications, therapeutic exercise, and assistive technology. And the Equipment Exchange refurbishes and distributes durable medical goods and rehabilitation equipment at no cost. These critical items make it possible for our recipients to get help, get home, and get going.
I'm driving through the parking lot and I'm seeing guys and girls hitting each other with rugby, and I'm going, that's great. I want to do that too. So 5 minutes later, and I'm learning how to play rugby. And the amount of support that I have with the volunteers that come to help it, make you feel safe and included. It's incredible to be able to do this kind of stuff.
The third critical program of the Circle of Care is adaptive recreation. Our sports tournaments, fun runs, and outdoor adventures give people a chance to push the limits of their abilities while improving their fitness, health, and wellness. They also provide incredible opportunities to connect with others in the community in a fun and family-friendly environment where everyone can play and get healthy together. If we weren't moving before, we are now. Adaptive Rec gives everyone the momentum and motivation to regain their health and drive.
Through the opportunity that Triumph Foundation's Employment Achievement Award has given me, I can take the chance in starting my own practice. It's gonna allow me not to hold back and be afraid that I can't start it because of finances. Starting your own business can be scary, and having that support can really change everything and give you the opportunity to really take the risk.
Triumph's Employment Assistance Program is the fourth segment in the Circle of Care. Vocational outcomes affect both quality of life and longevity for people with disabilities. In addition to annual employment grants, we provide consultation, resume development, advocacy, referrals, education, and more to help job seekers find and retain employment or advance in their careers. These leaders are equipped to actively improve their own employment situations and gain vital experience they can share with others.
When I found them 2 years ago, I didn't know how to accept my injury. Finding Triumph Foundation helped me accept what happened and move forward. Moving forward helped me to now want to be an ambassador and go out and help people in my situation. You wheel into a room and you see that hopelessness and that fear. And that's exactly what I had when I first got injured. So Triumph Foundation is that hope.
I've been volunteering with Triumph for a couple of years now. I love volunteering for Triumph because I get to meet a lot of great people, and it's an inclusive community. It doesn't matter what your disability is, if you're an able body, we're all the same when we're playing and we're just having fun.
Coming out to Triumph's events, I feel like the playing field's leveled and it doesn't matter at all. Like the disability for people almost kind of disappears. Like we're all having fun and interacting with each other and living life.
The final segment of Triumph's Circle of Care is our inclusive community. We aspire to create an environment that is safe and welcoming for everybody who chooses to join in. We target people living with spinal cord injury, neurological disorders, mobility impairments, and other disabilities, as well as the families and care providers who sacrifice so much for their loved ones. All people should be welcome to participate and engage in our community activities without prejudice or barriers. With this final piece of the circle of care in place, as those who once were helpless and lost are now bringing life-giving help and encouragement to others, Triumph's programs reach their full potential and unstoppable momentum. So we choose to keep moving forward. The momentum we've built over a dozen years serving the paralysis community doesn't stop. It can't. Each one of us who has been impacted by Triumph Foundation in small ways or great have discovered our own motivation that pushes us to achieve new things each and every day. And by doing so, we motivate others to embark on their own journey of recovery and restoration. That's what momentum is all about.
Live.
Hey, right? Perfect.
Come on, everybody.
Those
Unmute.
young Andrew photos. Oh my gosh, it's that young Andrew.
Like it.
Come on, unmute. Let's hear a drink. I told you tonight's a night of toasts and celebrations. So.
There you go, Andrew.
We have a lot to be proud of, and you know, one of our sayings is movement's improvement. And Triumph has got a lot of momentum going, and we're getting a lot of people moving, and it's really fun to have a night like tonight. And Gary, how about those numbers on there?
Well, listen, my for some reason my pledge cam broke down, but I can still see yours, and it says that there's more than $18,000 have been donated tonight. So a huge thank you to everybody. But I have this. I want to do a quick challenge. And it's for the 57 people who are still participating in this meeting, right? I'm going to set a timer, and I just started it right there. You can see it. We got about 5 minutes, right? What I want you to do is pledge any amount, anything. It doesn't matter. But in 5 minutes, we're all going to hit that. We're all going to hit that donate button, the purple donate button. Okay. So visit pledge.to/triumph, right? You can see it, of course, in the chat. You can check it out. You can do it yourself, however you want to do that. Pledge.to/triumph is how you're going to do it.
You got it here.
When you get there, you can put in any dollar amount you want. It says, you know, 10 or 25 or 100 or 250. You could put whatever dollar amount you want in there. And then I'm saying maybe $10, maybe $20. Something simple like that. Just a small amount. Don't hit donate yet. We want to hit that in 4 minutes. All right. In 4 minutes, we're all going to hit that purple donate button very, very quickly. All right. By the way, if you're watching the Angels game, Patrick Sandoval almost had a no-hitter. He lost it in the 9th. So we don't need to know that. If it's not that big, you can stay here and watch the rest of the show. All right. All right. So 3.5 minutes about left in this. Again, pledge.to/triumph. This is our blitz, okay? And it doesn't have to be a huge donation. It doesn't have to be massive. We just want you to get something in there. so that we can bump up those donations. Most importantly, the number of people who donate. All right. So I gave you 3 minutes, 3 minutes left now, 3 minutes. Don't hit the donate button yet. In 3 minutes, we're all going to hit that donate button at the same time and see exactly how much we can bump up that total. We're at 18,000 plus right now, which is gigantic. Listen, again, I mentioned this at the beginning. We had 2 years where we had to do away with the Let 'em Roll Casino Night, which is a huge boon for Triumph Foundation. You know, it's almost 20% of the budget comes in on just those nights. And we couldn't do it in these last couple of years. So this is an opportunity. Again, doesn't have to be a giant donation, but a blitz donation. We're going to try to, I don't know if this is the right way to put it. We're going to try to break the pledge website that they have so generously allowed us to use. Pledge.to/triumph. And on there, it gives you a couple different options of what you want to donate, whatever you want to do. On the, I guess it would be the right-hand side of the screen, it would say other, and then other, you could put whatever number you want in there. And when you put your other amount in there, again, $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever it is that you want to donate for this last thing, we will all hit the purple donate button. If you could see that there in about, got to get the glare off of that, 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. And we're all going to hit that purple donate button. All right. I do also want to take an opportunity to thank some of the people who have so generously sponsored. Motion Composites, by the way, a $5,000 donation. One of the new sponsors. Thanks for supporting Triumph Foundation. Greater mobility through cutting edge technology. A $5,000 donation tonight. Thank you for that. Metz and Harrison. Jeff, we love you. Thank you, Metz and Harrison. They also had a huge donation. The Ability Center, a longtime sponsor for Triumph Foundation, gave $1,200 tonight. So thank you for that. Everhard Construction, Dave and Janet Stefko generously gave $1,500 to Triumph Foundation tonight. This is also one of those things where you can continue to share information about Triumph Foundation throughout your social media, whatever it is, throughout the circles that you are involved with. ABC Medical, wow. ABC Medical, the medical supply distributor, a $10,000 donation came in tonight. That is incredibly generous, and it does go to the right place. All right, we're under a minute now. At when that thing starts going off, we're all going to hit that purple donate button, right? $5, $10, $20, $1. It doesn't matter. Whatever your donation is, pledge.to/triumph. Then we're all going to hit that purple donate button at the same time. And we're going to have, there you go. Andrew's screen is up. He's still got Pledge Cam on there. So we're at 18,545. We're going to see what's going to happen. All right. We got about 20 seconds left. And when that thing starts going off, you'll hear it. I'll hold it next to my microphone so you can hear it a little bit better. When it goes off, everybody hits that purple donate button that's right on that pledge.to/triumph website. All right. Also, Owen Patterson and Owen, the personal injury lawyers here in Santa Clarita Valley, but also in Encino and Studio City, they gave $2,000, which is, uh-oh, there it is. Okay, the alarm went off. Everybody hit your purple donate button right now. We're at 18,005. We'll see what happens. 18,005. We'll see as these numbers continue to come in here. Everybody hit that purple donate button now for this blitz and see how we did at the end of this. Whoa, that was quick. That went right up to almost $21,000. That is incredible. Thank you to everybody who has donated. Don't forget, we have 9 minutes left in our silent auctions. Wow, over 21,000. Now we're at 21,600. And as Pledge continues to go through and calculate all the numbers, they'll come in, and you can see them on Andrew's page there, 21,610. That is a huge, huge number. So thank you for that. Again, the silent auction, you can find the link in our chat. If you haven't seen the chat yet, go down to chat and click that little balloon there. The chat will come up and you'll see all of that stuff. The link is in the chat for the silent auction, which closes in about 8 minutes. Regardless of what we're doing over here, it will close in 8 minutes. So if you've already made a bid, you might want to check and see if you've been outbid. The Dodgers tickets are up already over $500, among other things. That Whisper Valley Ranch vacation is at $2,800. But I got to tell you, I've seen Whisper Valley Ranch. That is a beautiful, beautiful facility. So check it out online, the silent auction. And don't forget, this is an important thing. We're at 21,710 for that blitz. That is a huge, huge number. When you donate at pledge.to/triumph, there's a page after you pledge and you insert your information, your credit card information, etc. You can share it on Facebook and you can share it on Twitter. That's one of the amazing things about social media. I know it's a cesspool of bad people who do very bad things and negative things, but social media can also be a voice for organizations like Triumph Foundation. So if you've given tonight and you had the opportunity to share that, tell everybody about it. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, explain to people how you spent an hour of your Saturday night taking care of other people through Triumph Foundation. So again, thank you to everybody who has donated to this point. We're 7 minutes away now from the closing of our silent auction. Before we get to that, and before Andrew gives us our closing toast, I know everybody's been staring at the screen for close to an hour now, right? Thanks for everybody who showed up for the pregame. We appreciate it. So I just wanted to do a quick eyeball yoga with everybody, if you don't mind. All right. So just stare right into your camera or your phone or your computer or your iPad or however it is that you're looking, and follow me, if you will, just for a quick second. We're just going to do a little eyeball yoga. All right. So we're going to do our eyeballs to the left and our eyeballs to the right and our eyeballs up and our eyeballs down. And if you can you do that? Or you just do one eye or the other eye? Okay, if you can't, that's fine. You'll work up to it. And then downward dog with your eyes. I don't know what that means. All right, eyeball yoga is over. That was the fun part about all of it. All right, so we're about 5 minutes left for our silent auction. If you have bid on a silent auction item, you're going to want to check it out now before that thing closes. All right. The other thing to remember is pledge.to/triumph will stay open. You can continue to make donations at pledge.to/triumph. Most importantly, like I was mentioning a second ago, you can share that with other people. You can drive them to the Triumph Foundation website. You could drive them to the Triumph Foundation social media accounts. And all of those places are incredibly ripe with information about Triumph Foundation, about what it is that they can do. So as we get ready to wrap up what hopefully is the last and best Zoom party ever, Andrew, why don't you get the last licks? How's that? You tell us what you want to toast as we wrap up for tonight.
Well, there's a lot to celebrate, first of all, and just amazing to see how many people have generously given tonight. And the silent auction, wow, these items have really been bid up tonight. And so thank you everyone who chose to put your lucky number in and help us out with this. It's incredible. So that closes in 4 minutes. So if you saw your item, there's still time to go make sure you're the winner. They're all still going at a discount, even Dodger tickets, but they're the World Series, world champions. So they're worth every penny. Betty and I went to the game last week, right? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, which game did you guys go to? Because I was at the game on Tuesday night.
So were we. Tell him, Betty.
Oh.
It was so good.
And we stayed till the end.
Good for you.
And we sat along the left field line, so we got to see that home run.
Yeah.
Get blasted out of the park and Dodger baseball. So, anyways, yeah, guys, just so unbelievably humbling how many people are out spending their Saturday evening with us on Zoom, which I know most of us are all zoomed out and are anxiously awaiting the days to be back in real life, and that's happening slowly but surely. But tonight, it was important that we did something. We weren't able to do the event that we needed to do or deserved to do, or live up to the expectations of all of you to do it at the Hilton. But we'll do it next year, and so mark your calendars now. It's July 23rd, 2022. So July 23rd, 2022, we'll be back in action. There'll be plenty of dancing and mixing and gaming and gambling, and it's all funny money. So for anybody that hasn't been there, don't worry. You don't need to come with fat wads in your pocket. You just need to come and be ready to have fun. And games bring people together. And that's one of the reasons that we love our adaptive rec program so much, because you get to know each other. And I know a lot of friendships were forged there. And tonight, like Gary said, is hopefully our last Zoom fiesta ever, our last Zoom big party ever. We're still going to continue to do those support groups on Zoom because, in a lot of ways, we've found a new niche that we were missing out on. So the support groups will resume in person. Some are starting this last month. Others are going to start the following and the following after that. We may not be in hospitals yet, but we can gather outside. And some of the hospitals are allowing one-on-one visitors. So we're getting to visit people and deliver our care packs with the resources and make that connection with people. And so that's nice. It's nice that things are opening up because it's important. It's important what we do. And your support and your gifts and your prayers for the people we serve really make a difference. And, the real treasures in life, I think, are relationships. And we're just really thankful to have all of you guys supporting us. And I think we throw around that word thank you a lot, but saying thanks is a powerful word. I mean, it really brings you joy when someone recognizes you. And Triumph, one of the things we kind of pride ourselves on is try not to be a clique of people that do this and do that. One of the really special things about our events and our activities, there's always a new crew that comes out, and so I'm always looking for that person that doesn't fit in. We have the Abilities Expo coming up on Halloween weekend. And so for those that haven't gone yet, for my new friends, Abilities Expo is the big trade show of the year, and Triumph will have a booth, and you will have a home amongst the thousands of people that come out that are disabled. And we want to connect with every single one of them and bring everybody together and bring you joy. And so, as like I said, COVID is running its course. So next Saturday, we're doing a hand cycling ride at Huntington Beach. I think we're going to bring out our rugby chairs and play some murder ball too. It's a beautiful place to be. It's on the boardwalk. And so we'd love to have you come. We have more events planned, cycling events planned in August and September. And then in October, we're going to do our Overline Baseball Tournament. So it's confirmed. I know a lot of you have come out to help, have come out to play. But it's official. We pulled our permits. The city of Los Angeles finally allowed us to pull a permit for Saturday, October 9th. And we'll be releasing the event details to register to sign up. And also volunteer signups are coming shortly too, because we need your help. Volunteers are still the lifeblood of our organization. And then another great announcement, great news to share, is our Adaptive Sports Festival at the Rose Bowl is on, like Donkey Kong. And so we are going to be planning that event for Saturday, November 20th. And that, for those that don't know, is one of our biggest events of the year. It's going to have rugby, basketball, tennis, beep baseball, archery, cycling, yoga, boxing. I mean, you name it. I can keep going on and on, but over 10 different activities for anyone to participate in. You got to be there. Usually we get close to 1,000 people coming out, and it's one of my favorite events of the year. And so City of Pasadena confirmed with us just this last week that we are able to host that event. So Our programs are designed to help people, like I said, live their lives to their fullest potential, and to help people with shattered lives, kind of shatter barriers and make them belong again in the community. I know, when you first get diagnosed or brought into the hospital, you have no idea what's in store for you. And Triumph is there to meet people in their time of need and a time of despair, and to help folks. And it's really special. And I think, this year, the comeback that we're involved with right now, this opportunity is magical too. And I'm really not worried about what we'll do, because I know why we do it. And I know you guys are all here because you believe in the same thing. And it really comes down to that butterfly effect. The butterfly effect of one butterfly flapping its wings can create a hurricane in China. And so, somebody came, and Anthony came and stirred me up when I was in the hospital, and I went out and stirred up some more people, and you guys are stirring up some more people, and that comes through, create a hurricane of care in Southern California. And it's pretty awesome. And, all of us are in this together, and, we've adapted to the new circumstances, and, we got to reinvent ourselves and contribute in new ways and build back better. And after your generosity tonight, Triumph's really in comeback mode. And so if you're newly injured and this is your new adjustment to life with paralysis, this is your comeback year, and we're here to cheer you on. And if you're many years into this journey, you've still got plenty of comeback left in you too. And we want to see you help others. And the good news is, you don't have to look far to find some comebacks worth celebrating. Triumph is already rocking, and you're just getting started too. And so the comeback that I want to toast is the comeback of your own. So here's the toast, and I wrote this one down. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. So salud, and thank you.
All right. Andrew, thank you for everything that you do. I know that everybody loves the fact that you are the heartbeat of this. You and your family, Kirsten and Betty behind you, of course. And I do like that. I saw somebody had actually taken your background and made it their background for tonight's meeting. I thought that was that was pretty clever. One of the things that I would love to do is if everybody would go through and unmute themselves. I'm sorry, I have to do that. So I have to say, or I'm sorry,
Drink.
I did that. Drink, right?
Drink.
I'll say that. So allow yourself to be heard. I'm going to hold up one more sign before we log off and say goodnight and everybody goes their separate ways on this Saturday. I'm going to hold up a sign, but I need everybody to go through and unmute. I'll say it again. I'll drink again.
Thank you, guys.
Do this. Don't go anywhere yet. Don't go anywhere just yet. Do this. Do this. Turn your microphone on. Turn your microphone on. Everybody turn your microphone on. I'm going to hold up one more sign, and then I'm going to count to 3, and I want everybody to yell the word that is on that sign. All right? I know that Andrew's been recording this whole thing. I want to make sure that we see, wow, $24,410 raised by 52 people. That's pretty amazing. That is an incredible, incredible night. All right, I have one more sign. Everybody turn your microphones on so that everybody can hear you. I'm going to hold one more sign up, and when I do, everybody yell the word. All right?
$100.
There you go. In 3, 2, 1.
Do that again.
I love it.
Do it again.
Everybody have a great night. Everybody have a great year. We cannot wait to see you next year for the Let 'em Roll Casino Night fundraiser on the 23rd of July, 2022. Thank you once again, everybody.
Thank you.
Share the link,
Thank you.
share the information. Have a great night and have a great year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Gary.
you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. 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 Thank you.
Good job.
You can get more of Gary on KFI 640 with the Gary and Shannon show. He's on every Monday through Friday, what, 11 to 2?
10 to 2.
10 to 2, so even better. But Gary's the man. Thank you, Gary. So while you're unmuted, and that means you have to drink again, let's toast to Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
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 Stop, Gary.
Cheers.